also too, I'm not really too afraid to try stuff just because I feel like everything can be fixed. You know, certain things, you know, are just difficult. My grandfather has this saying that says, nothing's impossible. Some things just take longer. What's good, grind schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. Today we are going to go ahead and work on the Elko. We're going to snatch the dashboard out and get it up on the table in the garage, and we're going to go ahead and start working on getting it prepped and ready to get wrapped so we can fiberglass it and then get it wrapped with some fabric. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with some suede or some Alcantara leather or whatever it is for the dashboard. I don't know what color I'm gonna go with yet. I wanna go with like a gray. My only problem, my only dilemma is if I go with a gray, I know I'm gonna have to match the gray with everything else. But if I go with black, it's a lot easier to match black than gray. So if I order the material, my only dilemma is, like I said, if I'm unable to do the seats, excuse me, they're gonna have to find the same material to match the gray on the dash and the door panels and stuff like that. So I don't really know what direction I'm gonna go with just yet. My only concern right now is just getting the dashboard out and getting it fixed so that it can get ready to get wrapped and painted or whatever, fiberglass, whatever. So anyways, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna snatch the dash out and we're gonna go ahead and get started on the dash. While the Impala's gone, like I said in my last video, I'm gonna try to get as much done on the El Camino as possible so that when the Impala comes back, the Impala is ready to go. We'll just do the tune-up stuff that has to be done, go ahead and send it off to the exhaust shop, and the car is good to go. And then as far as the El Camino goes, we're just gonna go as hard as possible on the El Camino this summer, and hopefully I can get to the point of getting a motor for it. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Before we do that, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we drop another video. And without further ado, like I said, let's get into it. All right, y'all, so as you can see, this thing is a mess. When I moved, I just threw everything in here and had it all sitting in here. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this stuff out. We'll probably work on these door panels too and get those sprayed up and cleaned up and looking a lot better than what they look now. I'm gonna go ahead and also throw in the weather stripping, because as you see, it's like trash. I already have the weather stripping, so we're gonna go ahead and do that because the weather stripping here is complete garbage. And water's just seeping in everywhere. So what I want to do is I want to snatch this dashboard out. I know there's a screw up here somewhere. There's one under here, and I think one on the other side, and then I think this should come right out. Don't quote me on that because I don't know, I haven't discovered them, but that's what I've heard. So we're gonna go ahead and also those ones in the middle. So we're gonna go ahead and get all those screws out. I guess there's more than one. There's a couple up there. I don't know if you can see. There's one there, and I'm assuming there's two on that other side as well. And then there's one on the bottom on both sides. But we are going to go ahead and start pulling the screws out, and I'll let y'all know what all entails once I get the dashboard out, and then we'll get it up on the table in the garage and start chipping away at this stuff and making it look a lot better. So let's go ahead and snatch it out and then we'll get to work. All right, so before I snatched the whole dashboard out, I got it out, I want to talk about what I had to do to get it out. So there's two bolts here, one there, one here for the steering column. So you got to drop the steering column. I guess you don't have to drop it, you just have to loosen it up. I didn't know that, that's why the steering column's dropped. Pretty much there's this bracket that sits on top of the steering column in between the dash and that, and this is what basically sits in between the steering column and the bracket for the dashboard, there's a screw in the back of that bracket. I took that screw out and dropped this bracket, and everything was able to come out, because when I was trying to slide this out, it wasn't coming out. I guess I could have loosened up that bolt, but like I said, I didn't know that. You also have to disconnect obviously the brake release, which is, I don't know if you can see, it's this lever right here. That's the brake release, and then this is a little prong that goes around it. It just pushes up and then you can pull it off. There's a bolt right there. Mine wasn't hooked up to that, so it was a little bit easier. So then there's the ones up here. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one on this side and one on the other side, and then there's this bolt down here. There's one bolt right here underneath here that you got to take out, and then there's another bolt on the opposite side, just like what's on this driver's side, and the dash will pull right up out of here. So I'm about to take it out, pull it in the garage, and get to working on it. And then I guess in the meantime, I'll get all these wires situated for the dash, so I could just put everything back together. I gotta figure out some speakers, because I'm pretty sure these are blown. They're out because we're gonna fiberglass in the double den, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that part too. I guess I could put the vents back, but we'll see, because I don't really have any ideas for what's going right here, because the odometer gauges will have pretty much everything that I need. I don't really need anything else there, so we'll figure it out. But for the most part, this looks like it's a done deal. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out, put it in the garage, and then we'll start working on it. All right, so this is what it looks like with no dashboard. So what I might do is, since I don't have heat, I might take this off. Like, this is kind of pointless. I might take this out because like I said, I don't have any heat, so it doesn't matter whether it's there or not. And then while I'm here, I guess I could go ahead and check out all the wires and stuff like that, and make sure everything's hooked up accurately and correctly, and then figure out some speaker wire stuff, because the speaker wires weren't in that kit that I bought from Painless, so I'm gonna have to figure that part out. And then yeah, so we'll probably paint up in here, scuff it up, paint it up a little bit, make it look a little bit more nice. But yeah, I'll go ahead, and it'll be easier for me to access all the wires for the odometer dash, so I'll be able to, you know, go ahead and take care of all of those. And then yeah, so that's what it looks like under here. I'll probably take that out, and then we'll go ahead and throw the dash back in once we get done. All right, y'all, so there's the dash. The reason why I took it out is because these cracks, they are terrible. The dash is really cracked up. It looks horrific. So we're gonna fix all of that. We're gonna push these in, break this in, take all this stuff out, smooth the dash out, and then we'll wrap it. We'll probably take these speakers out and replace the speakers, and then run the speaker wires or whatever to the double den. We're also gonna fiberglass this piece in there so it looks all pretty and nice. Shape it, make it good, and then all of that will be good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and get working on this dashboard. I'll probably take out the glove box, and then I'll wrap everything all together with like some fleece, and then I'll fiberglass it and paint it. And then depending on what happens, we'll go ahead and like wrap it in some fabric or whatever. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started on the dashboard. Probably sanding it down, getting everything all situated, and then we'll start making it look a lot more pretty. So let's go ahead and get to it. So you see, I already been doing a little bit of work on it. I've been trying to get these little cracks pushed down so that it doesn't lift up. So apparently, you know, if it's not pushed down and pushed in, once you lay the fleece, it will kind of have like little valleys and slopes and stuff in it. And you know what I'm saying, you don't want that. You don't want a dash that looks like it has waves, and if it's not pushed down before you put the fleece on, I guess you'll have to do a lot of body work. So I got most of it laid out, got the dash already cleaned up. Now I'm ready to go ahead and spray my adhesive onto the dash and on the fleece and lay it down. So we're gonna do one side at a time. And then also what I'm trying to figure out is these holes here, these holes on both sides of the dash where the speakers are, and then also in the middle. I don't really know what I want to do just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and lay the fleece, but if you can see, and I just threw the speakers away, but these speaker grills are tiny. I don't even know what size speakers these are even for. It's like 3 inches, literally. It's tiny, 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 tiny speakers. I don't even know why they even thought to even put speakers right here. It should have been on like the side in the kick panel or something, but we got to figure out what we're gonna do there. I don't know if I'll just cover up the holes because of how small it is, because I don't know if, you know, some 5.5s might fit there. Who knows, man. Or I could put them up here on the top of the dash, which I think would kind of look a little bit tacky, just because of the simple fact that 2 speakers right here would kind of look kind of silly to me, in my opinion. Or put it right here, because right here is where the heater vents are. But since I'm not going back with heat, don't have AC or anything like that, I'm literally taking the whole heating and cooling system out. Well, most of it's already out, but the pipes that run into behind the dashboard, I'm probably going to take those out too because it's useless. I could put speakers here, but I'm not really sure. The double din will go right there, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this fleece on here, and then after we throw the fleece on there, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with these speaker hole covers, because I'm gonna have to cut into the fleece and wrap it and do all that kind of stuff. So I could technically put the speaker grills back and then just see if I can fit some 5.5-inch speakers or something like that up top here. I don't really know, but I might even be able to cover these up and probably put them right here and right there, or kind of extend this, because these vents are pretty much useless too because we don't have any defrost. So let me go ahead and think about that. I'm gonna go ahead and spray the fleece on here and get it on, and then after we're done, I'll show you guys what it looks like. But jump in the comment section and let me know where I should put these speakers, because I really don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's spray the fleece on there, or spray the adhesive, and then throw the fleece on there, and then see what it looked like. All right, y'all. So the dash is wrapped. I'm not too concerned about these type of areas that's not all the way glued down, because I'm gonna go behind it and then wrap it down. Also too, there's a wrinkle here, which this is an opening, so that's gonna get cut anyway. And then down here where the glove box goes, there's a wrinkle there, but everything else looks pretty solid. I am probably gonna have to do some finagling right here, but other than that, we call fall on this one. I'm gonna cut this obviously because that dash is gonna go in there, and then I gotta wrap it around the sides. A couple wrinkles back there we'll massage out, but for the most part, man, it looked pretty good. I'm probably gonna have to use some body fillers to fill that piece in. I should have filled it with foam before I did this, but it's all good. Yeah, man. And then I had to improvise on this side. I had to wrap the bottom part back up over because this fleece wasn't wide enough to get all the way around the dash. But for the most part, it looked pretty good, looked pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry, and then after we let it dry, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the holes of where I need to wrap the fleece back around. After we're done doing that, we'll go ahead and lay down the fiberglass mat, fiberglass it, do the body work, spray it, and then we'll go ahead and throw it back in the car. So that should be done really soon, because I need to get this back into the car, get the wiring done for the dash so I can continue to keep moving on the car. And then I just threw a bag over the handle for the parking brake, So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this open, and then I'm going to pull the handle through, and then after that I'll spray some more adhesive behind or up under there, and then attach that so that I can get up in there too. So but yeah, it's all coming together. I got my the face for the double din cut out and adhesive too. So we're gonna cut this part out, stick the adhesive all back here, wrap all that stuff back in the back, and then we're gonna throw that double din unit face piece inside of here, so that big gaping hole will be gone, and then we'll go ahead and fiberglass that in. And then like I said, tonight I'm gonna really think about how I'm going to mount these speakers so I can get it corrected and get it fixed and get it ready to go. But this was a lot of progress on the dash today. Like I said, it you know, it's not too difficult, but you know, we're gonna get it taken care of. It looks a whole heck of a lot better than all that cracked dash and stuff, but should did this a long time ago. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and continue this journey when I break out the fiberglass mat and then start fiberglassing everything. All right, y'all, so I decided to cover the speaker holes up. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the door. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with this centerpiece. We'll cut it out and I guess find something to do. But I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start laying the fiberglass mat down. I'll do one side at a time or whatever. I did actually, I'll show you, staple the inside. It's not super duper clean like I would like it to be. It's kind of hard to see because they're kind of implanted, but it'll do the trick. It'll hold this down so that it doesn't move when I start laying my fiberglass mat. When I did staple the middle part right here, it broke. So I'm gonna have to be real careful when I go over this part to make sure that it doesn't like pull up or whatever. But I think I did a pretty good job laying this fleece down. I think I'm getting better and better at laying fleece down. With the center console and my splitter, I wasn't as good. I had some wrinkles and stuff like that, which obviously you're not supposed to have. But we'll probably have to smooth this out a little bit with some body filler, and just make it as smooth and whatever is possible. Like I said, it will be wrapped, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, let's go ahead and start laying down the fiberglass mat and start fiberglassing this thing. All right, y'all, so I got the lacquer or the fiberglass resin already put onto the dash. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the fiberglass, I'm gonna throw it on the dash and start matting it down. So that's the step I'm at now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it and knock out this portion. All right, so I pretty much got it all fiberglassed up. I just still have to do a little bit more down here around this part, and then on the bottom here, and then cut this part out and then fiberglass in there, and then do the outside of this, and we should be good to go. After I'm done fiberglassing it, we'll do the body work and then make it nice and smooth, make sure that everything's all good, solid, fix all the dents, dimples and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll throw it back in the car. All right, y'all, we are getting this dash ready to go. I've been using my Dremel and also the DA to kind of sand this thing down and cut the imperfections out of here. If you can see this little lump right here, when I wrapped it with the fabric, it all was like bunched up right here. I should have cut it out and made it smooth before I did the fiberglass, but I'm not gonna lie, I got lazy. So now we're cutting it out. Pretty much what we're gonna do is going to fill this area and back with fiberglass, and then we're gonna start doing the body work. And also too, I didn't really care because this goes on the side of the car where nobody's gonna see that. Plus this is gonna be wrapped anyway. I've been cutting out the side, the edges everywhere. So pretty much everything is good. So I think what I'll do is probably go back over some of these edges that I didn't like finish with more fiberglass. There's not that many, it's just these little tiny edges right around here, and then this here. I think this is pretty dope because this is where the double din is gonna go, and man, like I just basically just fiberglassed this in because this whole thing was open. And then we're also fitting this in here. Right now it's a little bit too tight, but we're going to sand the edges down some more, probably Dremel some out a little bit, and then that should go in there. I'm trying to get this done before the end of the weekend because it needs to go back in the car like now. I'm also going to do the rest of the body work, like put the body filler in there so you can see like it's a little bit dented right here. Just going to use the body filler to make everything on nice and smooth. Like I said, it doesn't have to be 100% exact or perfect because it will be wrapped, but you know, I'm just kind of playing around, kind of practicing a little bit, just because this is my first time doing this. But hey, it's pretty cool, and it beats buying a new dash for like, I don't know, a couple $100, whatever it was, and pretty much all those cracks are gone. I mean, obviously they're still there, but under the fabric and everything else. And once I'm officially done, this thing will be just it's coming out real nice. So I'm going to finish cutting and sanding or whatever, and then I'll probably go back over with the fiberglass today. And then after that, I'll let it dry, and then we'll go over it with a nice coat of body filler. And then after we do the body filler, we'll sand that down. It should be smooth and it'll be ready to throw back in the car. Alright, y'all, so I got all the fiberglass on the dashboard. Like I said, I just kind of decided to cover these up because there is no defrost or whatever. So now what we have to do is we have to kind of smooth this out because it's not yet smooth. After I smooth it out, I'm gonna go ahead and mix me up some rondo. So I learned this from Sprayway, so shout out to Sprayway. You know what I'm saying? He got the game on all this type of stuff. This is how I figured out how to do all this, so shout out to him. I'm basically gonna mix the resin with the Bondo, and then I'm gonna mix the Bondo filler with the resin filler. And I guess it's supposed to be like the brush on filler, so I could just take the chip brush it on. It self fills, so you know what I'm saying, like all the imperfections will fix themselves instead of me using the spreader with the Bondo and doing whatever. So we're gonna mix some of that up after we sand this down one last time. And it won't be perfect. I'm not aiming for perfection because I'm not this won't be painted in the car. Not saying I won't paint it, but it won't be painted in the car. It's gonna be wrapped. This is kind of like experimental, and mainly I wanted to just get rid of the cracks. So anyways, man, let me go ahead and mix up this, we'll sand it down first and then mix up this rondo, and then after that this will need to be sanded down again to, you know, basically fix all the rest of the imperfections. And after that, I think I'm going to be done with this. I'll throw it back in the car, so that will be a later video. But then when it gets in the car, I'll have it wrapped later on down the road when I get my interior done. But yeah, so this was I would say about $150 cheaper doing it this way, rather than buying a new dashboard. And also too, I kind of made like this custom insert. So I just took the piece of wood like you guys saw and threw it into the middle here, fiberglass it in, and this is solid. This is not going nowhere. So we still got to clean it up, and this is where that double din dash is going to go inside. I haven't yet figured out what I'm gonna do with this part yet. Shout out to the homie Dash, gave me the idea to go ahead and put like some type of custom piece in here with some lighting. So that will probably be the direction that I'm gonna go in, because like I said, I can't really think of anything else. Speakers would kind of, I feel like, would look stupid. Gauges are already down in the not gauges, but toggles are already down in the center console. And then obviously the gauges and stuff are on the odometer. So it'll probably be some dope custom insert. This car is a tribute car to my grandmother. I'll tell y'all that story later on down the road, but the reason why I have the El Camino is not because of her, but it allowed me to spend, you know, a lot of time with her, a lot of quality time with her at the end of her life or whatever. But like I said, I'll tell that story another day, and that's another reason why I will probably never get rid of this car. So anyways, I might do that, a tribute to her right here. I don't know, we'll see. But other than that, man, like I said, I'm gonna mix up this rondo and get this body work done. It won't be perfect, but hey, it was a nice experiment. At least it looks a lot better than what it did when it was all cracked up, as you guys can see. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll be done, set, ready to go. All right, y'all, so I'm about to go ahead and hit it with this DA one more time. Just to get it kind of like a little bit more smooth, and you know, get my edges and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and then we'll go ahead and coat it with some rondo. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mix up the rondo. Just throw the resin, the fiberglass resin, into the cup. You know what I'm saying? Just till I guess I feel comfortable. And then I need to get a screwdriver to open this, but I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this body filler in there. And after that, I got my rondo all mixed up. So we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully it goes well, but you know, all this is trial and error, man. And you know, so we're gonna see what happens. Also too, I'm not really too afraid to try stuff just because I feel like everything can be fixed. You know, certain things, you know, are just difficult. My grandfather has this saying that says, nothing's impossible, some things just take longer. But yeah, let me go ahead and throw this on here, and then I'll talk to y'all in a second. Alright, y'all, so that's kind of like what it looks like. I ran out of material. I'm gonna have to go get some more cups and a new chip brush. I might even, I think I got enough resin. Yeah, I think I got enough resin, so I probably won't pick up a can of resin. I think I made it a little bit too watery, so there will be areas like right here, if you can kind of tell there's an indentation. I'll have to come with the spreader and spread some Bondo around that. I didn't have enough to get all the way around, but for the most part, man, that's what it's gonna look like. Other than that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and go get some more material. I'll go ahead and sand all that stuff down, and then after I'm done with sanding all that stuff down, making it nice and pretty, we'll be pretty much done with this. Like I said, make it nice and pretty, sand it down. There's a few imperfection areas, which, you know, whatever, but we are going to fix as much as we can. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because it will be wrapped, but the purpose, I guess, of this rondo is it's self-filling body filler, and as you can kind of see, it kind of filled in right there kind of perfectly. There's still a little bit of a hump right there, which I'll probably go ahead and fix with some more, obviously, rondo. So what happened was this when I laid down the fleece, there was a area that kind of pulled up a little bit right there. I tried to nail it down as best I could around everywhere, but that area obviously I didn't do. So we'll fill that in with some body filler, make it nice and pretty, sand everything down, and you know, this will be good enough to go back into the Elko. So I'm gonna go ahead and run to the store and get some more material, and then we'll finish this up today, get it all wrapped up, and I'll try to sand it down today too. We'll see how far we get, but if not, then all of this will pretty much just be pink, and we'll be on to the next one. Alright, grind schoolers, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, man. This is gonna be part 1 of the dashboard thing, because it's a lot. It's a lot of work to get the dashboard done. Obviously, it's not a single day type of thing, and there's still some more work that has to be done. I still have to spread some body filler across the dashboard, check my high and low spots with some guide coat, and sand it down. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do next time, just so we can get everything all wrapped up, all done. I wanted to just get this one out just because, like I said, this has been over multiple days of me working on this dashboard, taking it out of the Elko and trying to get it all ready in fiberglass and everything like that, and it's just too much. It's a lot of work and a lot of time and effort to get everything done. So that's the reason why I'm trying to split it into 2 parts. It's almost done, it's mostly done. All I gotta do is do the rest of the body work, and then we can sand it down, throw it back in the car. I'll probably throw it back in the car as it sits, with the Bondo and everything on it, just because of the simple fact that it's gonna be wrapped eventually, and I'm not gonna be the one to wrap it. I'm going to get my interior done when the time is right, and they'll wrap it for me. But for now, that's gonna be where it stands, and then the next time you see the dashboard, we'll go ahead and put it back into the car. And then also too, I cleaned up my wiring in the Elko. It's kind of hard to see. It still looks like, from the video, it kind of looks like a little bit messy, just because I haven't I had to unzip tie the wires, and now I have to re-zip tie them, and then get some more of this wire loom or tape. My homie Dash has the tape for me, so I'm gonna just wrap this up and make it look all nice and pretty. But before, these wires were hanging down below the steering column, but since I had to drop the steering column and everything, I decided to route them over the steering column, just so it's a lot cleaner of a look. I don't have wires hanging down by my feet, and I'm in jeopardy of like snatching them every single time I put my foot on the brake or on the gas. So I cleaned all that stuff up. Everything should be good to go. I'm gonna finalize all of that. All the wires for my dash kit are working. Everything seems to be good. So yeah, that stuff is good, and the dashboard is almost ready to go. Like I said, I just got to do those few things, and we'll be everything will be copacetic. Everything will be good. I did take my car to my painter, and he said that this whole skin has to be replaced. I know I said that in my last video, that I would see what's gonna happen because of all these dents and divots, and the dents up there, and then the weld job up there. So this whole skin will be replaced. It's gonna cost me about $1,000 to get this whole thing replaced, which It's not a big deal to me. It beats trying to figure out how to get all of this 100% straight. It eliminates all the bondo, and at least I'll know that this panel is replaced and it's done, and I don't even have to worry about it. It was gonna cost me about $500 to just fix this piece anyway, down here, and then yeah, so, and then also to fix this right here by the window. But since we're going to cut this whole thing out, because this whole skin comes all together from about this point here all the way down to the bottom, all the way down to the back. It's one whole piece. So he'll go ahead and cut all of this out and replace the whole skin, and we'll be good to go. That's the last of the body work that I have to do on this car. There was a few dents in the front fender, which they're little tiny dents, which I've already pretty much smoothed out, and then obviously the door. But he also did say that I messed up this paint by sanding it how I did, which, you know, it kind of, I would say it would suck, but since we're going down to bare metal, it's not really that big of a deal. But like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm figuring this thing out as I go, like with the body work and the paint and all that kind of stuff. But since we're going down to bare metal, it's not really that big of a deal. But if for future reference, I should not be sanding the car down with a like this, how I did. I should do it differently. Somebody else in my comments had told me that before regarding the hood and the roof and stuff like that. But hey, trial and error. Anyways, like I said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Next time you see the dashboard, it should be in the car. And then after that, we're going to figure out our next steps as far as what needs to happen. I also did come in here, and there are a few things that we are going to address in here. I know I've said this multiple times already, however, I'm to the point where I can now finally get there. We're gonna get a new AC bracket, or AC, don't even have AC, a new alternator bracket, possibly a new alternator. We're gonna get a new radiator because I drove the car yesterday. The radiator is leaking, so we're gonna snatch this radiator out. Boom. We're gonna get rid of the power steering altogether because this power steering pump has never worked. It's just taking up space. We're gonna take that out of there, get rid of that. We're going to do new heads, new headers. Obviously, I've said this before, clean up the wiring, stuff like that. And then we'll change this brake situation. I'll probably get rid of the brake booster and do manual brakes because I have, it's gonna go all four corners will be disc brakes. So anyways, that's the plan here. It shouldn't cost me too much money to just pretty much clean everything up. The most expensive thing is gonna be the heads. Oh, electric water pump, electric fans. So the most expensive thing is gonna be the heads, and you know, I'm going to keep it small block. I've 100% decided that's the direction we're gonna keep it because the car sounds good, has plenty of power, everything, and I don't want to spend so much money into the motor and then trying to fix everything else on top of that, especially with trying to get it painted. So for now, we're gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna just spend the money in this motor. Probably cost me a couple $1,000s to do that, and then the motor will be good. It's already good, but it'll be better than what it was. And then car will be painted, rims and suspension, all that stuff has to come next. But anyways, man, that's gonna do it, man. Like I said, I'm trying to get the situation inside the car done so that when the Impala comes back, I have the space for it and stuff like that. And then the work that I do on the Elko will be mostly done, and I don't have all these projects going all at once. But anyways, man, if this is your first time stopping through, hit that like button, hit the like button anyway. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we drop another video. Hit all so you get all the notifications when we drop videos. That helps the algorithm, helps me grow as a YouTuber and stuff like that, so that would be greatly appreciated. And like I say in every single video, work hard so you can live free.